Alright, moving on to the graphing ones. These first two, you gotta have number lines, so you should put those down. This one goes, like, notice in the -1, -5, so it's mostly in the negative region, so I'm gonna put 0 up here up top. And I'll put some negatives down here on the left side. -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay, we got two pieces. X is greater than -1, so go to -1, put a circle there. We're not going to fill it in because it says greater than, but not equal to. So go there, and you got to shade above because that's where the greater numbers are. So shade to the right. And then our next one is we got X is less than -5, so go to -5, put a circle there. Not filled in again because it doesn't say less than or equal to. No line, no fill. And we got to shade left because those are the numbers that are less than 5, which X includes. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next one. Oh, so that one's done. Number 4 is done. It looks like that. This one's got a bunch of shading. Here, let me kind of make this line longer. I notice it's longer mostly because I got to go from -5 all the way up to +4. So I'm going to need a little bit more space. We'll put 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, make sure your line has all the numbers you need. So I need to make sure this one goes all the way down to -5, all the way up to +4. And it's good to go a little bit farther so you can see how things are behaving. Anyway, so this is interval notation. Take it piece by piece. First piece, left number tells you where the shading starts. Right one tells you where it stops. So this shading is going to go between -5 and 2. So put circles there, put the shading in the middle, and decide whether you're going to fill any of them in. The curved bracket says you don't fill it in. The square one says you do fill it in. So go to -5 and fill in that beautiful circle there. Now we need to move to our right one. That one starts at 1. So put a circle there. It stops at 4. You put the shading between. Remember, left number is where the shading starts, right one's where it stops. And since both of these have that squarish looking bracket, we're going to fill in both of the circles. So these should both be filled in. And we're done with number 5. Moving on to number 6. Your paper doesn't have this graph. That's okay. You can draw your own. I'm sure you can do it. I'm going to graph this first one in blue because that's the color I have right now. If you look closely, there's no like +3 or anything over here. It's just +0. So our y-intercept is 0. That's the origin. So put a point there at the origin. We have a slope of -5/3. So from this point, I need to go down 5 as I go right 3. So put a point there. Or you can go up 5, left 3. Okay, now we know where our line's going to go. Look at your inequality symbol. It says just less than, not equal to. So we are not going to give it a solid line. We got to do this dashed one. It does say less than, so we're going to shade the side that is less than, right? Remember, the y's that are smaller, they go down. So that's why we're shading below the line. Let's switch over to red to graph our second one. That has a y-intercept of -2, right? Number not with the x. So go to -2, put a point there. It has a slope of +2. So from this point we just put down, you're going to go up 2 as you go right 1. Up 2, right 1. And you can do this multiple times. Sorry, try to keep them better. It's a little bit harder on the iPad screen trying to get the dots where we want it. Anyway, so remember, up 2, right 1, that's the slope of 2. And we're going to look at our inequality sign. It says greater than or equal to, so we can make this a solid line because it can be equal to what's on the line. And we need to shade above because that's what greater than means. And the above part of this line is on this side. And make sure you kind of make the solution space a little bit darker because that's where the answers are. It goes in this region here. Okay, and we're done with this homework.